The most successful people in the world understand that life is not a game with a clear beginning, middle, and end. It is not about winning or losing in the traditional sense. Instead, it is an infinite game, one that continues to evolve and grow with no final destination. The key to long-term success and fulfillment is recognizing that the goal is not to simply reach an endpoint or beat others, but to continue improving, learning, and adapting over time. In a finite game like a sports match, there are clear rules, a fixed number of players, and a definite conclusion. Someone wins and someone loses. But in an infinite game, like life, career, leadership, or personal growth, there is no finish line. The rules change, the players come and go, and there is no ultimate winner. The only objective is to keep playing, keep learning, and keep growing. People who adopt an infinite mindset understand that their biggest competition is not someone else, it is themselves. They do not focus on being the best in the moment, they focus on being better than they were yesterday. They embrace the idea that success is a journey, not a destination. This mindset prevents burnout, reduces unnecessary stress, and allows them to make decisions based on long-term growth instead of short-term wins. For example, consider businesses that focus only on quarterly profits rather than long-term sustainability. They may cut costs, sacrifice employee well-being, or compromise product quality just to report good numbers in the short term. But companies with an infinite mindset focus on long-term impact, innovation, and relationships with employees and customers. They invest in their people, refine their products, and build a culture that ensures they stay in the game for decades rather than just a few profitable years. The same principle applies to personal success. If you chase external validation, winning promotions, gaining social media followers, or achieving short-term fame, you may feel momentary satisfaction, but it will not last. True fulfillment comes from continuous learning, evolving, and contributing something meaningful to the world. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on how far you have come and how much further you can go. Another important aspect of playing the infinite game is resilience. Because there is no ultimate finish line, setbacks and failures are not the end of the road. They are simply part of the journey. Those with an infinite mindset do not see failure as a sign to quit, but as an opportunity to grow and adapt. They understand that obstacles are not permanent roadblocks, but stepping stones toward a greater purpose. Ultimately, those who play the infinite game recognize that the most meaningful achievements take time. Whether in relationships, business, personal growth, or leadership, they prioritize consistency, purpose, and long-term vision over short-term gratification. They commit to the process rather than obsess over an outcome. By shifting focus from winning to growing, they ensure that their success is not fleeting, but lasting and meaningful. Discomfort is the price of growth. Every great achievement, every moment of transformation, and every success story is rooted in someone's willingness to step outside their comfort zones. The reality is that nothing extraordinary happens when you play it safe. If you want to reach new heights, you have to be willing to embrace discomfort, lean into uncertainty, and push through the resistance that comes with change. People who avoid discomfort often stay stuck in the same patterns, the same routines, and the same mindset. They choose familiarity over growth, and in doing so, they limit their own potential. Growth is uncomfortable because it forces you to stretch beyond what feels natural. It demands effort, resilience, and persistence. When you start something new, whether it's a job, a skill, a leadership role, or even a new habit, it's going to feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel awkward, out of place, or even discouraged. But those who succeed are the ones who push through that discomfort instead of running from it. Think about elite athletes, successful entrepreneurs, or world-class performers. None of them got to where they are by avoiding difficulty. They trained when they were tired, practiced when they felt uninspired, and pushed themselves when they wanted to quit. They understood that discomfort wasn't a sign to stop, it was a sign they were growing. The same applies to life. Every challenge, every difficult conversation, and every risk you take is an opportunity to build resilience and sharpen your abilities. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that discomfort is a sign they're on the wrong path. In reality, it's often a sign they're exactly where they need to be. Growth never feels easy. It requires you to face fears, embrace uncertainty, and develop the mental toughness to keep going when things get hard. The more you expose yourself to uncomfortable situations, the more confident and capable you become. Over time, what once seemed impossible becomes second nature. This is especially true in leadership and personal development. Strong leaders do not shy away from difficult conversations, making tough decisions, or taking responsibility for their actions. They understand that greatness is built through struggle, not ease. They willingly put themselves in uncomfortable situations because they know that's where growth happens. They understand that the ability to embrace discomfort is what separates those who thrive from those who merely survive. So the next time you feel discomfort creeping in, reframe it. Instead of seeing it as something negative, see it as a signal that you are growing. Lean into it, push through it, challenge yourself to go beyond what feels safe and familiar. Because on the other side of discomfort is transformation. The people who achieve great things in life are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who are willing to be uncomfortable long enough to grow into the person they were meant to become. The people you surround yourself with shape your mindset, influence your decisions, and ultimately determine the direction of your life. If you want to grow, achieve your goals, and become the best version of yourself, you need to be intentional about the company you keep. The reality is that your environment either lifts you up or holds you back. You cannot expect to develop a strong, ambitious, and focused mindset if you are constantly surrounded by negativity, doubt, and small thinking. Take a moment to evaluate the people in your life. Do they challenge you to be better? Do they inspire you to push beyond your limits? Or do they drain your energy, discourage your dreams, and make you feel like you should settle for less? The truth is, you become like the people you spend the most time with. If you are constantly around individuals who complain, make excuses, or live without purpose, it will be nearly impossible to break free from that mindset. However, if you surround yourself with people who strive for greatness, who are disciplined, and who believe in growth, you will naturally start to adopt their mindset and habits. Successful people understand this concept well. They do not allow toxic relationships, negative energy, or limited thinking to take up space in their lives. They carefully curate their environment, ensuring they are surrounded by individuals who push them forward rather than hold them back. They seek mentors, role models, and peers who challenge them to think bigger and work harder. This is not about cutting people off with no explanation. It is about protecting your mindset and your future. One of the most powerful things you can do is to actively seek out those who are already where you want to be. If you want to be a great leader, spend time around great leaders. If you want to be disciplined, surround yourself with disciplined people. If you want to think differently, engage in conversations with those who challenge your perspective. Growth happens when you are in an environment that pushes you beyond your comfort zone and forces you to level up. It is also important to recognize that sometimes the people who care about you the most may be the ones unconsciously holding you back. Friends, family, or colleagues may not always understand your vision or the risks you are willing to take. Their doubts and fears can seep into your mind if you allow them to. That is why it is essential to be firm in your beliefs and surround yourself with people who uplift, support, and challenge you in the right way. Your circle should consist of those who remind you of your potential, who celebrate your wins, and who hold you accountable when you fall short. The right people will push you to aim higher, work harder, and become more than you ever thought possible. If you want to change your life, start by changing the people you allow into it. Because at the end of the day, your environment is either fueling your growth or feeding your doubts. Choose wisely. Your habits shape your future. The small choices you make every single day determine where you will be in 5, 10, or 20 years. Success, discipline, and mental strength are not built overnight. They are cultivated through consistent actions repeated over time. The challenge is that most people underestimate the power of small daily habits. They look for shortcuts, quick fixes, or overnight transformations. But real lasting change comes from the commitment to daily improvement, no matter how small it seems in the moment. Think about the most successful people in the world. They did not wake up one day with unshakable discipline or an unstoppable work ethic. They built it by committing to habits that reinforced their mindset and fueled their progress. They understood that excellence is not an act, it is a habit. Every decision they made, from how they started their mornings to how they handled setbacks, was a reflection of their commitment to growth. If you want to develop an unbreakable mindset, you have to be intentional about the habits you cultivate. One of the most important habits you can develop is consistency. Showing up, even on the days you don't feel like it, is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. But whether it's in your work, your health, or your personal development, the key is to create routines that keep you moving forward. It is easy to be motivated when everything is going well, but true strength is built when you stay committed even when the excitement fades. The more you train yourself to push through resistance, the stronger your mind becomes. Another powerful habit is learning every day. The world is constantly evolving, and the people who stay ahead are the ones who never stop growing. Reading, listening to podcasts, having deep conversations, and seeking new perspectives all help to expand your mind and challenge your way of thinking. Mental strength comes from the ability to adapt, think critically, and continue learning, even when you feel like you already know enough. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start falling behind. Equally important is the habit of controlling your focus. In a world full of distractions, the ability to concentrate on what truly matters is a rare and powerful skill. Whether it's social media, negative news, or unproductive habits, distractions drain your energy and weaken your ability to stay disciplined. Training your mind to focus on your goals rather than being pulled in 100 different directions is what will set you apart. Strong-minded individuals guard their time, energy, and attention carefully. The truth is, your future is hidden in your daily habits. What you repeatedly do shapes your identity, your beliefs, and ultimately, your reality. If you want to build an unbreakable mindset, it starts with the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every day. The way you train your mind, the way you handle discomfort, and the way you commit to growth will determine how strong, resilient, and successful you become. Your habits are either building you up or breaking you down. Choose them wisely. Embracing discomfort is one of the most powerful ways to build mental strength. The mind naturally seeks comfort, routine, and safety, but true growth only happens when you step outside of your comfort zone. Every challenge, every setback, and every moment of difficulty is an opportunity to develop resilience, discipline, and an unbreakable mindset. The people who achieve greatness in any field, whether in business, sports, or personal growth, are not the ones who avoid discomfort. They are the ones who learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Most people spend their lives avoiding hardship. They seek the easy path, the familiar routine, the least amount of resistance. But avoiding struggle only makes you weaker. When you shield yourself from discomfort, you miss out on the very experiences that make you stronger. You cannot build confidence if you never face fear. You cannot develop discipline if you always take the easy way out. And you cannot grow if you never push yourself past what feels comfortable. The key is to shift your mindset. Instead of seeing discomfort as something to avoid, see it as a tool for transformation. Think about the times in your life when you grew the most. Chances are, those moments were filled with uncertainty, difficulty, and struggle. Maybe it was taking on a new job, starting a business, going through a tough personal situation, or pushing yourself in a way you never had before. Those experiences shaped you because they forced you to level up. Every time you choose to face discomfort instead of running from it, you become mentally stronger. You train yourself to handle stress, to push through fear, and to keep going when others would quit. One of the best ways to develop this mindset is by actively seeking challenges. Put yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable. Speak up in a meeting when you feel nervous. Push yourself to work harder when you feel like giving up. Wake up earlier, exercise when you don't feel like it, or take on a difficult project. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the more resilient you become. Over time, what once felt impossible becomes second nature. What once scared you now fuels you. The mind adapts to what you put it through, So train it to thrive in difficult situations. Discomfort is also a sign that you are growing. If everything in your life feels easy, it means you are not pushing yourself hard enough. Growth happens in the moments when you are challenged, stretched, and tested. When things get tough, remind yourself that this is where real strength is built. Instead of seeing difficulty as a problem, see it as proof that you are on the right path. Mental toughness is not about avoiding hardship, it's about learning to face it head on. The stronger your ability to embrace discomfort, the stronger you become in every aspect of life. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. The only question is, will you take it?